So,
Kind of was his face.
so tell us about the heist.
Okay, so you want to know about the heist?
Yes.
Yes.
Much like in this review, there isn't one. The heist might happen. So in the third chapter, there's the whole fireball, and you got the fireball happens outside your tavern that you got, and it's because the guy with the map is trying to get to you guys because you saved the former Open Lord's son. And he's decided, you know what? I can't get out of the city because of all the gang stuff without being tracked and probably being murdered at the moment I'm outside the walls. I'm going to leave the map with you guys because you saved a noble. You're my best chance. So he tries to leave it with you. He gets killed before that gets off, which sets off the mystery of you guys wanting to know who set a fireball off in front of our building. You follow the clues. You track it down to the villa where the robot thing took it, the Nimblewright took it, only to find out that the Nimblewright's taken off from there again.
Which is actually really funny because he actually had the tracking device and it still said it was there, but then when we finished cleaning up,
it's bullshit. I know it's bullshit. You have the tracking device and you get there and it's like, okay, let's go in. At no point the players are ever going to pull the tracking device out as soon as they get in there. It's make sure that he hasn't left, which apparently he leaves as soon as you get over the wall. So I don't know how he's supposed to do it. You guys would have seen him. He's just so you get in there, you do that based on whichever flavor villain you pick, whoever he tried to get it to, based wherever he dropped it off. You track him down again. And that's where he tries to fight himself to the death. And either you don't kill him and you get the information out of him, or he has the paper with the map where he takes it.
Or
you go to the location. Hold on, Wolf. I'm going to be going off on a long thing about this.
Okay.
You go to location 1. I'm going to grab the timeline just so I can rant even harder about this.
I remember that you cut a lot of stuff from our game just because of this overly contrived bullshit.
Overly contrived bullshit. You have no idea how much that sums it up. Where the fucking hell is that timeline? Probably in the front of the book. Okay. Here we go. No, that's not what I wanted. That's the before game timeline. know what? Fuck it. You go to location 1, and you find out either one of the gangs are there. They've beaten you to it. They're trying to get it from there, but the stone's already moved from there, or one of the gangs has it, and they take off while other thugs hold you back, so they can get away. And then they go to location 2. You find out that either the stone's not there, and there's 12 different locations you guys can be going to, and depending on which season it is, depends on which of these locations and where exactly it is in the city that you're going to. There's a windmill that, depending on where you're going, is either the last location you go to, or it's been repurposed to a butcher shop, who is the same guy who brings you your meat. And you find out that he's actually taking people from the street and cannibalizing them, and he's selling them for cheap meat.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, that's a whole thing that can happen. Or, another one is you go to this tower, and depending on where it is, it's an old abandoned wizard tower that's been taken over by the god Bane, who's the god of war, who's the god of tyranny. Or it's this artist, or an artist has taken it over. Or you go into the sewer system, where this necromancer who's been kind of hidden in the background throughout the whole adventure. You guys remember him. He's there because he owns a wig shop above, and that's all he's doing. There's a necromancer in the city, and all he's doing is selling wigs. And he's scared to death because a bunch of kinkus showed up, destroyed all his skeletons, and killed his apprentices. So he's a bitch in the end of it all.
So I'll explain why all it took was me showing off my edge.
Yeah. Or, it's the secret hideout for the 3 kids because they got a hold of the stone, and that's a whole thing. And then you go from location to location. One of these different locations is a straight up street chase, which the chase rules in Dungeons and Dragons are broken and bullshit to begin with. They don't make a lick of sense. And if you win the chase like you're supposed to in one of these, and it's the Xanathar's guild, the Kinku's running with the stone, he's got the stone, and you get him. It literally says another Kinku comes out from a side street, grabs the stone, and continues on to the next location.
Wah, wah.
And that goes on and on and on. And at the end of it all, you're supposed to get the stone. The stone takes you to where the hidden vault is, which sums up the last location. You go in there. Maybe sometimes one of the thugs are there, or there's like some other place because it's heavily populated. You're not really supposed to be in this building. There's the big vault downstairs, and it tells you the keys. Like some of them are really stupid. Like one of them is sunlight, so you're gonna have to bring sunlight into this 1,000-foot pit somehow.
Easy.
Sunstones.
You go in there, you get in there. There's a couple of little traps which I took out. Then you meet the dragon disguised as a dwarf. There's your dragon, and you get the gold. Thugs show up at the end. Either your faction that you supported help you, or because of how easy some of these things are, you beat the shit out of them, or you debate or whatever, however, and you win. Where was the heist in that?
There's no heist in that. I mean,
there's no heist in that. There's no planning. There's no chase scene at the end to get away with all the gold. There's
barely any guards in there. There's just like, oh, we're not going into this one room that has an encounter. The guards in there don't even fucking matter.
Here's where the heist is. It is in the off chance that the villain gets away with the stone. That's when you go to like the Xanathar's lair, Manshun's tower, or the Castellanter's mansion, or Jarlaxle's pirate ship. / submarine. He has a fucking submarine. And you're supposed to sneak into these places and steal the stone. And so that way you can get to the actual gold. That's where the heist is supposed to be. The problem is it doesn't provide you any sort of ways to like, okay, we can pay off this sort of guard and he'll be able to give us the layout of the thing. We can scope it out this sort of way, pulling off all our little planning and things and meticulating all the plans or anything. It doesn't give you any of that sort of stuff.
Oh, you want to play Heat? You want to pretty much play out Heat and D&D? Fuck you, no.
Yeah, no, it doesn't do no planning stage, no prep for all of that. None of the classic heist tropes that make up the basic, well-defined heist. I don't know why most of the villains don't just go to get the gold to begin with the moment they get the stone, because they know it's not safe. There are at least 4 other motherfuckers looking for this thing, not including the city. The only one that actually brings up where they hold the gold if they get it is the Castellanterns, because the Castellanterns have this whole plot is that they made a deal with Asmodean, the devil, for wealth and power, and it cost them their children's souls, but they can pay off the debt by paying 1,000,000 gold pieces -1 plus 100 souls -1. So they're going to throw this whole party for the poor people where they're going to poison the food and kill them all off in a ritualistic sacrifice, and then pay
metal.
Yeah, they're awesome. They are awesome. They are some of the best. The villains in this are meant to really good. They have a room down in their secret temple underneath their house where they store the gold. That's where like all the heisting actually is in one of the villains' things, unless they want to try to go get the stone. And it's a maybe might happen. It's a maybe might possibly happen, which if anybody knows anything about dungeon mastering for players, they will fight tooth and nail to not let bad guys win. Why? Because they don't want the bad guys to win. They want to win. It's just... Oh, shoot.
You need to run a heist for us at some point.
There will be a heist in the pirate game, I assure you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's like this whole thing where it maybe might possibly be a heist. It's not a dragon heist. It's a dragon treasure hunt. And the dragon part only works if the players actually understand that's what the currency of the coin is called.
It's just, fuck, man. That's just lame.
That's my rant about Dragon Heist. There isn't a heist. There is a maybe possible heist. And even then, it has none of the prep that actually is needed for a heist. It's kind of just events happen. Otherwise, 3 of these bad guy locations are treated as dungeon crawls with stealth themes on them, so you don't get caught. And the castle lanterns have a whole big, like the castle lanterns, obviously, it's set up for a heist. It's set in a classic sort of location, a mansion. What's going to be happening at the mansion now allows the players to sneak in. There's going to be a big old ball, a big party, where the castle lanterns and their cultists are going to murder a bunch of people through poison. The players aren't really supposed to know about that part. That's supposed to be a big surprise. Bullshit, it actually isn't. I just remember this in the book. At the end of the Order of the Gauntlets thing, there's a cultist you can capture, and she admits that Victor Castle Lantern is a worshiper Asmodeus. Want to know how the Order of the Gauntlet, this religious organization movement based on like the 3 gods of battle, react to this? Devil worship isn't illegal in Waterdeep. Devil worship isn't illegal in Waterdeep. Devil worship isn't illegal in Waterdeep. The religion that has you ritually sacrificing people is not illegal in Waterdeep.
Well, I guess worshiping, but actually like doing that's like, what about just like, hey, there's gonna be this whole big thing going on. Maybe you want to bring some cops, or I don't know.
Well, no, that ain't illegal.
Oh my God. It's okay to worship, Satan. And it's like, it's just like this whole thing is like, the heist might happen if the players fuck it up or the dice fuck it up for them. Otherwise, the players just get a treasure map and did exactly what you guys did and immediately go to get the treasure. In the first game, I gave them 4 keys because I wanted each key to be held by like the bad guy without the bad guy actually knowing it. But I was just running Xanathar for you guys because I wanted to focus on the Beholder crime boss. I should have went with the Castle Lanterns and they made friends with you and you entrusted them with the gold because they're bankers. And then you guys find out what they're actually planning to do with it. And then, we got to get that out of there. That's what I should have done, but a lot of should have, would have, could have. So yeah, Dragon Heist. It's not a heist.